Hi guys, back from not spring break, the opposite. Autumn break, whatever, at least autumn vacation thing. So yeah, and I'm recording this right now, or like I'm starting this right now because I needed to understand why this is the way it is. I've been probably like half an hour, 45 minutes trying to get the sound to be okay. Even deleted everything I had, or like deleted the scene and like made a new scene and messed around. So the everything like thing is that I have two microphone aux and sound intake or whatever, not lead ingang of talk. It's a Norwegian word, and both those work. So I didn't have to, but I muted the microphone aux, whatever, because that's always there. But then and the other one, the sound intake recording thing, is the Yeti Nano microphone. Okay, so I have the like tabletop sound, which is however you call it, is the one that records the sound from the game, right? Because I tested it by by muting that as well, and then there was no sound from the game. I have that's down to 11.9 decibel, which is let's see around so I have turned that down to 25% of what it actually is, and I have turned up my sound intake to 150%. So 50% more sound talking, and 75% less game sound, and it's still like loud. My headphones are on 40% now. Maybe I have crappy headphones. I don't know. So I saw someone said that, but I don't know. I don't think so. But whatever. If it's too quiet or too loud, but everything is too quiet or too loud, then just adjust your own headphones accordingly. But at least I want to try and get, everything to be. I don't want something to be too loud and something to be too quiet, because then you can't. Then it doesn't matter if you adjust it, So right now I think everything should. I checked, it was good enough. Fair enough. I thought like right now. Actually, yeah, you probably couldn't hear that because I was in the other tab. Okay. So now it's pretty noisy because rain and ocean and lightning. But when I checked, you could still hear me. So I was like, should I turn it up even more or turn the game down with settings? I took that up to close, but otherwise this is the same. This is like the master one. I like how much it is, So, also I haven't played the game. It says continue because I've tried it before, but I didn't actually start the game. So, so hopefully this is okay. I'm back to this one. Actually, if I window full screen like to begin with. No, it still stops the sound when I tab out. But so maybe it's not always gonna be like this. It's probably noise in the loading screen. So yeah. But let's try, shall we? Or can I actually listen to this now? Hi guys, back from. Well, mean, I could listen to 1 second of it. So, at least the sound 1 second of me talking sound good. Okay, so let's try. Sherlock is afraid of water. If he falls in, he'll black out. Really? Is that like... I never read any Sherlock Holmes books. Dead end. The mind palace is your compass in an intricate web of crime. Check it if you don't know what to do next. Sherlock Holmes and Cthulhu mythos. I love crafty mythos. This is gonna be good. I hope. I know. The sound. Boom.
Dr. Watson, would you kindly close the door behind you so that we can limit the price of your carelessness to merely hours of work rather than days?
My apologies, Mr. Holmes. I found myself rather taken aback. I saw tidier houses in war-torn Afghanistan. Are those my surgical needles?
I ran out of tacks and the matter required immediate attention.
Was that my supper?
Plainly not, for I was the one who ate it.
I set it aside for this evening.
And for that I am grateful.
Is that my bed?
Watson, since you've proven yourself a master of observation, might I ask you to apply your skills to a more pertinent question? Namely, the whereabouts of today's newspapers. They are the key to everything. The newsboy is usually reliable.
Medically speaking, I often find that the key to everything is good sleep. In a bed. Your papers are here, on the table.
Let us see what the postman brought today. Local gossip, all of it uninteresting. Your order from Barnes' bookshop has arrived, Doctor.
Barnes insists on delivering the books to our door, even though we could easily walk to his shop. That's good service.
Another letter from Werner. I never reply, but they keep coming. I don't see the Strand. Where is it?
Pardon me?
I am on the precipice of uncovering a pattern of crime across London spanning many months and involving many men. The missing paper cannot be a coincidence.
That's preposterous.
My dear fellow, life is infinitely stranger than anything which the mind of man can invent.
Well, life used your newspaper to wipe its posterior, so after that unpleasant discovery this morning, I disposed of it. But in lieu of the Strand, perhaps I can deliver you something equally tantalizing. I have just returned from a patient of mine, Captain Stemwick, who...
No, that will not do. Grab your coat, Dr. Watson. Let us hope nobody has collected the dustbin. cactus spine. If it gets in your skin, it's awfully tricky to remove, and when laced with poison, the perfect assassination tool. You were mistaken, Dr. Watson. The paper was indeed dirtied, but not how you implied. It's potting soil. See, Watson? The conspiracy is real. Someone tried to poison me.
Poison? You? That's madness. Do you even have enemies that would want to kill you? Okay, perhaps from Cordona.
Get the Strand! Get your copy of the Strand here! Sorry, Mr. Holmes. I just sold my last paper.
Blast. Then why are you still here?
Boss pays by the hour. No sense in returning early.
You're a bright child. I presume you see everything that goes on around here?
Nothing gets past me, mister.
Then tell me, did you notice anyone suspicious at my door this morning?
Like the man with your newspaper?
Precisely. What do you know?
I know the value of a shilling.
Dr. Watson.
Cool! Now I can take the day off.
Did you see what he was up to?
Nah, not really. I saw him approaching your house, but I had a customer. Then there's a loud bang. I ducked down. Not because I was scared, because I wasn't. I had to protect the merchandise. And all I could see was him kneeling at your door.
Which way did he go?
Not sure. I was distracted by customers. Sorry.
Can you describe the man you saw?
He was carrying a lot of books. Up to his chin they were.
Never heard of a well-read assassin.
Looks can deceive. Hence the appeal of disguises. All right. You earned your shilling. That'll be all.
Thanks, Mr. Holmes. Maybe I could be your eyes and ears. If you have more shillings. Get the Strand. Get your copy of the... Strand here.
Come now, Mr. Holmes. Murder? Yes,
Get the
Barnes has his
Strand.
quirks, but
Get
he
your
also
copy
has
of the
his
Strand
scruples.
here.
Not every pawn knows it's part of a game.
Get the... copy of The Strand here.
How about that Vogel fellow? He seems rather obsessed with you. Would he do something like this?
Mr. Barnes, a word. Ah, for goodness sake.
Who goes there?
Sherlock Holmes. Now will you please...
Mr. Holmes. Golly, I did not see you come in.
Would you care to answer some questions for me?
Well, I wish I could, but I am deep in the weeds with work. How about we reschedule in a month or two?
Come now, Mr. Barnes. It will only take a moment.
No, really deep in the weeds with important things. Help yourself to any book, just take it and pay later. I trust you, Mr. Holmes.
Barnes doesn't seem like himself. Why is he acting this way?
You're asking the right questions, Doctor. Let's find a way to coax him out. So, Barnes has a dog now. Who's a good boy? The ladder is broken, recently, judging by the freshness of the wood. I could hardly imagine anything more macabre. Basics of cryptoanalysis, cryptography in Egypt. It appears Barnes has an interesting hobby. An improvised stand, but it does make the flowers more visible. In the language of Mycroft's secret agents, it's a sign. Dried flowers are replaced when the job is done. I wonder who the recipient is. In the language of Mycroft's secret agents, it's a sign. Dried flowers are replaced when the job is done. I wonder who the recipient is. The finest view London has to offer.
Barnes has always been a little odd, but this is uncharacteristic even for him.
Apologies, but I can't hear you. Please come back later.
Hello there. What's your name?
Lily, I know, not very original. The weather is dreary, isn't it? To be fair, my flowers could use the rainfall.
How long has this been going on? Can I check? Hi guys. No. Only 1 second. Well then. As I said, problems with sound and stuff like that. But that's like a extra annoying thing, because that's the fix is just to take that out and in again. And if I have on there I can hear myself talk, then I get like an echo because it records my voice twice or something. Maybe I could like offset it, because you can offset it by milliseconds or something like that, but I don't know which way I should do it, like minus or plus milliseconds.
We're looking for a cactus needle in a haystack. A spine in a book stack? No, come on, Watson, think.
Yeah, yellow. I mean, that means I should go out probably. Yeah, what I was saying was, imagine if you are like a detective or something like that, police detective or whatever, and you're used to. Okay, take it. Yeah, love it, love it.
Encouraging people to stop and smell the roses?
Our national emblem. God save the Queen.
She's
It
dead
must
now,
take
so-
patience and care to produce a bloom so beautiful.
I imagine so. I merely sell them.
Dead. What's this?
Familiar spine? Is this what I found in my dustbin?
Well, I was looking for a missing spine, but of course, just look at the spine.
The pot is damaged. The blow was severe, but softened by something.
Anything tickle your fancy, Mr. Holmes?
Serve. What is it? Look, avoid eye contact. I'm distracted. Mourning brooch. Honoring deceased husband. Luxury fabric. Unusual for work attire. Wearing makeup for beauty or concealment. Tip pocket. Clear boots. Change shoes upon arrival. Okay. Mrs. Fleming wears a mourning brooch in memory of her late husband. Her dress is made from an expensive fabric that is not suitable for work. Her shoes shown a trace of mud. She must have changed them when she arrived. Her eyes constantly dart around the street, seeming in search for something. Perhaps she is waiting for someone. While Mrs. Fleming cherishes the memory of the departed husband, she is trying to move on, as suggested by her makeup and nice outfit. Perhaps she is dressing to attract someone's attention, or simply because she has learned to love herself again. Or Mrs. Fleming uses makeup to hide her tear-stained cheeks. Her dress is made from expensive fabric that is not suitable for outside work. While she tries to bury her grief by dressing extravagantly, she still wears a mourning brooch in memory of her late husband. Her gaze, always staring off into the distance, reveals her emotional detachment. Taken as a whole, one must conclude that Mrs. Fleming is still reeling from her tragic loss. Well, I mean, at first I was like, she's ready to move on, but then like, why is she wearing her brooch if she's ready to move on? To go with that, because that's the one I think most is not correct.
Mrs. Fleming, you look particularly lovely today. Is there a reason?
Does a woman need a reason to look or feel beautiful?
No, but your distant look suggests you seek one man's gaze in particular.
Who told you that?
Nobody. Merely a keen eye and some simple deduction.
Well, I'll kindly ask you to keep your keen eye to yourself, Mr. Holmes.
One of these things is not like the other.
Come again?
The cactus. Those fearsome spines can prove a dole to remove, and the sap is often toxic.
And a rose thorn can give you tetanus, but we still grow them. The cactus seems comparatively harmless, though you have me thinking it must be valuable.
I was under the impression that you knew its price already.
Your guess is as good as mine. The first time I saw this cactus was when I came back from my break.
Strange.
What do you make of the flowers in Barnes' shop window?
Well, they could use a bit of water.
Do they mean anything to you?
Mean anything how? I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Holmes.
Why do you think they're there?
Are you suggesting the flowers are for me?
It seems likely, does it not?
Oh, I hope you're right. I'm afraid I can't help with that, Mr. Holmes. Are you sure you're asking the right person? I'm just a flower seller. I don't know anything about this, sorry.
Are you familiar with Mr. Barnes?
Yes. No, not really. Well, in a way.
What on earth does that mean?
I know who he is, of course, but we haven't shared much more than a look.
A look?
Yes. Each morning I go for a walk in the park with my dog, and most days I spot Mr. Barnes there with his new puppy. So we see each other. Actually, we once met briefly while our dogs played. He was quiet and seemed unsteady as he approached. But since then, we've never spoken. I often see him staring through the shop window. Sometimes I wonder what he thinks about that would etch such longing onto his face.
Okay, so that's all. It's just excellent. Am I talking? Okay, good. The first time I actually was gonna make a portrait, I was like, okay, what's that say? And then I went down like, okay, what's does that say? Okay, then I'm just gonna press space like to finish. But that was like I had to choose between the upper one and the lower one, so I just chose the lower one because I didn't know. And yeah, what I was talking about before was imagine how much you must see when you are a detective, especially if you are as good as Sherlock Holmes. God damn it. Fine. Because my dad isn't a detective, but he's working with troubled youth, as you might say, like kids with problems, and trying to help them, not have troubles, And but so he's like trained in reading body language, and also to see when people are doing drugs, or if they are on drugs or not, or just tired, or like me, I'm like, that guy is weird, yeah, he's on drugs, or like, damn, that guy is sleepy, or like something like that, now he's a drug. So of course, as I said, my dad is a detective, but he can read body language, which I can't. And sometimes we're like, I'm like, oh look, people are talking, or like, are they playing Pokemon Go since they have their phones out? Something about like that's like, no, they are buying drugs or selling drugs. And I'm like, how can you tell? And my dad's like, just the way they stand, the way they move, the place they are. That guy's still pissing. Oh my god, pissing like a horse. So just. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I just imagine how. Oh, what are those? The first cycle, like, or like bicycle, but for some reason made like that.
I should have worn something warmer.
Yeah. I don't know where to go. Ah. Let's see. Books from Barnes. Forgotten books at Barnes. Well, so does this mean that I need 1 blue and 2 green? Why is that much green than that? No, maybe it's like those it's those two mixed. Okay. That's what I'm saying. No, all of those are green. So okay, so 2 already made, so I just need to do the last one. Oh yeah. Barnes' display of a bouquet of dead flowers attract attention to Mrs. Fleming, a florist. He may hope she will come into his shop and give him watering advice, or it could simply be a symbol of his inspiration. Barnes anonymously gifted her a cactus. Oh yeah, which he ordered from the catalogue on his counter. A questionable choice, but for Barnes a symbol of his eternal love, since the catalogue presents these cacti as immortal. Plainly, this is the same cactus he dropped on the Strand outside to break street. Now to hear the full story.
I think perhaps I have been chasing shadows.
Do not despair, Mr. Holmes. Even the best of us make mistakes. We better tell Mr. Barnes what we've learned.
It all makes sense now, but not before. Yeah, press F instead. Yeah, I just suppose press like left mouse click or left mouse button.
Mr. Barnes, I know what you did, and I know why you did it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Holmes. I can't hear you very well from behind the door.
You ordered a cactus from the plant catalogue and then left it for Mrs. Fleming as a gift. You place flowers in the window to get her attention and wear high heels to appear taller and more desirable. You are her secret admirer. I couldn't read this morning's edition of The Strand because it was covered in soil and spines. I know you dropped a cactus on it and then fled.
They did do it on purpose.
Barnes, it's Dr. Watson. Rest assured we are not interested in disclosing your personal affairs to anyone, including Mrs. Fleming. Please come out.
All right, then.
So, you know what happened then? I was on my way back from the post office, having picked up the cactus and some books. It was quite an awkward package, heavy too, and when I got to your door, I dropped the cactus in your paper. Forgive me.
I needed that paper to prove a theory and prevent a crime. Your actions were rather disruptive. Your clumsiness carrying the post is matched only by the clumsiness of your romantic gesture.
Oh, it's true. I am useless with this sort of thing. I'm not even sure if Mrs. Fleming noticed.
As in most things in life, truth is the answer. Cease with the abstruse signals and anonymous gifts, and simply talk to the woman. What is the worst that can happen? She rejects you, and you are freed from this endless purgatory.
That... Yes, you are correct, of course.
That's the one
I
thing
do have
saying
a slight
that,
tendency to overthink things. Thank you.
So, at last, we return to the matter of the paper. I'm investigating a string of burglaries. Did you perhaps read of any before the edition was spoiled?
I don't recall, but you're welcome to read our copy for yourself.
You had an issue of The Strand here all along?
Well, naturally.
Yeah, well, like, is this
I
the
am a
last
bookseller.
one in existence?
I have a subscription to every magazine and newspaper in London.
So you ought to be familiar with the concept of burying the lead.
Oh no, my apologies, Mr. Holmes. I'll make it up to you however I can. I am an expert on obscure languages and translation and
Yes, okay. Just give me the paper.
About the love life. Read between the lines. Okay. Oh, the Strand of September 28th, 1882. Salpeter explosion rocks docks. Locals at the port of London had a rude awakening last night with loud bangs and thick red, disturbing the peace. Merchant ship Moskva had docked that's what the Norwegian word for Moscow is. Had docked at Pier N3 in the early evening en route to Europe when it was rocked by several concussive explosions. The port authority is yet to comment on the incident, and it is unknown if any crew members were on board at the time. Eyewitnesses report seeing saltpeter leaking into the river, but with the area still off limits to workers and the public, it may be some time before you have a full account of what has transpired.
Come, Dr. Watson. Let us put this matter behind us.
Farewell, Mr. Barnes. I hope to hear good news about you and Mrs. Fleming.
All the luck.
Well, that was an utter waste of time.
An assassination did seem rather unlikely.
There was supposed to be another burglary. I was certain of it. Something you wish to say, Doctor?
No. Well, only that you have a remarkable faculty for deduction and pattern recognition. And that perhaps, if ill-applied...
I see things that are not there.
Yes. It is London. There will always be burglaries. Doesn't have to mean anything.
So it seems. Forgive me. Without something to occupy my mind, I turn into an entirely different animal.
Which brings us back to my news from earlier. I think I have a case for you, a real one.
Truly?
Indeed. Though perhaps not as thrilling as your stories from Cordona. A patient of mine, Captain Stenwick, told me that his servant disappeared. I said I knew just the man to help.
That's a real.
What do you say?
Oh, Watson.
Yes, I know it's not the most tantalizing mystery, nor the story to launch my writing career. But
it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Let's go.
Oh, good. Well, his house is nearby. Come.
A missing person. Ooh. How exciting. Actually, I need to go to this place and then... Captain Stenwick has a large mansion nearby. It is located on the same street as Barnes' bookshop. And, yeah, okay. Yes. Pin evidence! He did point this way, so...
Excuse me, just one question.
No, I don't know anything about that.
But... It's not this way then. Oh, maybe it's this one. I was like, maybe it's that one over there. No.
Not much further now.
That. Over there, what has happened?
Is this lousy attitude of yours because of my altercation with Inspector Lockhart? Did he put you up to this?
Sir, the inspector has nothing to do with it. I'm telling you the same thing I tell anyone seeking a missing person.
Good day, gentlemen. Forgive the intrusion. Captain Stenwick, this is my colleague Sherlock Holmes, the consulting detective I told you about.
At last, a professional. This useless officer refuses to do anything about Kimmy here, my missing servant. What was your name again? I shall be certain to inform your superiors.
Sergeant Ruffles. But it's my superiors who made this decision, sir.
Why has the police department decided not to help?
We investigate murders, thefts, fraud, arson, real crimes. A servant walking away from his master is not our highest priority. That said, if we find Kimahia breaking the law, we'll be sure to notify Captain Stenwick.
But she's gone. That's a missing person.
Have there been other disappearances lately?
Of course, here and there. But when life is tough and opportunity comes knocking, you can't blame those who answer. Now, I must be off. Best of luck in your search.
You heard that, didn't you? The way that man spoke to me. I shall need your written testimony. Then we can lodge a complaint.
Captain, perhaps Mr. Holmes' time is better spent learning about your servant, so that he may begin his investigation.
Ah, yes. Quite right. Fire away.
When did you last see your servant?
Kimmy here normally brings me the morning papers, but yesterday I had to get them myself. He must have escaped the night before yesterday.
Escaped? Was he trapped?
Tell me about Kimahir.
He's foreign. A Maori. All the way from New Zealand. Biggest man you've ever seen, and as strong as two. Dark hair and fearsome tattoos. He doesn't speak a whit of English. Never bothered to learn. But I made do with pointing. I invested a lot of money in him, so he must be found.
May I see your servant's bedroom?
His shack is in the garden. You can't miss it.
Did you search the room?
Of course, but only to check he wasn't lying dead inside. Everything seemed normal at a glance.
Is there any reason Kimahir may have left?
I should think not. He had all he could have wanted. Gainful employment, new clothes, and all the cabbage he could eat.
Did Kimahir make off with anything of value?
Heavens, no. I would have mentioned it to Sergeant Ruffles.
Still, he must have fled with some money on his person?
No. I kept his wages in my safe. For security.
Okay.
I take it this is the first time Kimahir has vanished?
Undoubtedly. The man seemed terrified of the city. I think it was all the noise. He never left this estate. Should he cause any damage, I will bear the responsibility, for it was I who rescued him from savagery and brought him here to England in the first place.
All right, Captain. I think I have enough to get started. We shall first take a look around the mansion.
Go ahead. I'll be here, mentally drafting my complaint.
I gotta go to the bathroom. Be right back. Damn, I've been gone for a long time. I forgot I was recording. Okay, talk to him.
Why are you still here?
Because I forgot what I was supposed to do.
Stenwick makes his servant live in a tool shed. You think you know someone.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, well, that's what I was also gonna say. I don't think I recorded that. But the game suggests that back in the time that this is of 1882 or whatever, there was like lots of racism and bad things, and they have chose to keep that in to both to add realism, but also instead of us to not just pretend that it never happened. So that's why you don't think they're racist. I'm inspecting, okay. Yeah.
Chewing tobacco.
Oh, it's all blood.
A shoe print, roughly size 11, with a worn-out sole. These are a workman's boots.
I can't do anything with this one. Okay. Something else then, I guess. distract, move, rotate, can't rotate. Can't examine that one thing, so maybe I need to do something else before I can do it. Concentration helps you pick up smaller details about the world around you. When you see a wavy green circle, press Q. To observe them more closely. Cool. So there we go.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
What's this? Cloth?
A scrap of Hessian.
Okay, I guess that's some kind of cloth. Broken box.
These were sturdy boxes. It would have required a serious blow to break them.
Oh.
Impressive. The sack of grain retained the shape of an impact. Someone hit their head here.
That's creepy. I thought there was something on there, you know, like, dirt or chewing tobacco or something.
Impressive. The sack of grain retained the shape of an impact. Someone hit their head here.
A vape! No, I'm just kidding.
A small navy spyglass.
With enough clues, Sherlock can use imagination to reconstruct the past. Nice. Press Q to see imagination notes. Interact with notes to begin. Then recreate an accurate version of that. Okay, cool. So. Yeah, okay. Okay. I guess I need to look at other things. What? A flute? Maybe.
A Maori nose flute. Ngurus, they're called.
Yes.
Clothes made of Hessian. Is Sten really so miserly?
Oh, a bone. Huh.
Button chops. The remains of a meal.
Okay, say so.
A heavy chemical odor. Lend me your nose, Doctor.
Ah, I'll never forget that smell after my time in Afghanistan. That's an opioid, Mr. Holmes, a narcotic.
So isn't that a rather large piece of opium? He has been burning something recently.
The ashes are long since cold.
isn't that recently. Kind of. Or maybe just didn't, you know.
No air coming through it. Is this a Taniwha, a Maori water spirit? Or something else?
Either way, it's giving me chills.
Yeah. Oh, nice. I can just press up arrow too. Yeah, cool. Give me a trade. Or does that mean that I am correct? Or does it mean that I am using up, like, I'm wrong, but, you know, it just accepts it? I don't know. I guess. I seem to not be able to remove that one, even though it's green on blue, but well. No more blue. Okay, let's read. Kimihia's lodging is a shack in Captain Stenwick's garden. At the entrance of the shack are crushed crates and a piece of sackcloth. In a brazier next to the remains of a meal is a charred ball with a characteristic smell. The scent is hard to confuse with anything else. It's a narcotic. Among the other scattered objects inside is a sack of grain with an imprint shaped like a human head. It's a human face, yeah. There is a sack of cloth made of hessian in Kimihia's shack. Spyglass on the floor. I'm just looking there. Couldn't know, but statue cracking one gun. Yeah, so the way Kimihia, or how we pronounce it, is treated is of course not okay. But back...
Do you think Kimihia had an accomplice in his escape?
Parallel tracks.
Could have left these tracks. They seem fresh.
Parallel tracks. Weird. Oh yeah, no, I get, yeah, okay, so there's different tracks, okay. Parallel tracks are gonna be... Yeah, so it's not okay anymore, but back in the time of this game, it was okay. Knee print. Hiding.
Looks like a knee print. Someone knelt here. The amount of chewing tobacco suggests they were waiting a while.
Amazing, Mr. Holmes. To read the ground like an open book.
The rag reeks of smoke. Someone plugged the chimney.
Probably for him to, you know, to get him out.
Yes, Stenwick is no angel, but he's one of my few clients. Please, try to remain courteous.
Very well. clients? Clients in what, so to speak, like...
No air coming through it.
Okay, cool. Q. Let's see. He was eating an entire ball of opium. Oh, it's weird. Right, I already looked at that, didn't I? Someone was kneeling there. I don't know if that is that African, no, that guy. Anyways. Okay. I can't choose between them because I only have one. Nothing apparently. Probably means I can talk to someone about it. Maybe that guy.
I thought you were meant to be intelligent. I thought you were meant to be intelligent. Where on earth are you going with this?
What am I supposed to prove?
I thought you were meant to be intelligent.
Has Kimahir ever indulged in tobacco?
No, the man doesn't even drink.
Are you certain? I found chewing tobacco in the garden.
I controlled Kimahir's expenses since he struggled with the currency. I would have known if he used tobacco.
Okay. Then it's probably not him. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna talking about the things I found, such as opium. This.
I came across a pile of Hessian clothes in the shack. Are they Kimahir's?
Yes. I had to give him something to clothe himself. He seemed unfazed by his bare skin, but I found it distracting.
Is this spyglass familiar?
I don't recognize it.
Could it be Kimahir's, perhaps?
I doubt it. I never saw him with it, nor could I suggest how he might have come by it.
The door to your garden has an interesting lock.
Yes, I have uncommon locks on every door of my mansion. It makes them harder to pick. Kimahir and I both had a set of keys.
I'll need to borrow them.
No, you'll need to do what I tell you to do. Examine the garden.
Do you happen to know Kimahir's shoe size?
I wouldn't have the foggiest, but I'm sure it was enormous. Not that it matters. He spent his life barefoot. Despite my best efforts, he simply did not take to shoes.
Okay. So that means that all the footprints there are not of him or from him. Because he did not wear shoes. But if he did, it would have been enormous. And he and the other guy had keys to the weird locks that he has everywhere. Oh, so now I can see all of them. Okay, so this he stands there, then next. I don't know why it's that now, but anyways. And then he drops his spyglass, apparently was using a spyglass. Okay. Don't really get that. I mean, okay, he was using a spyglass to spy on that. Okay. So was it. And they dragged someone. I'm still. Is that supposed to be Kimmy here? Since he's not wearing shoes, because he's not enormous. But then he was dragged. Yeah. Good eating. And then he was gone. No, okay, so. Oh, he probably plugged this someone plugged the pipe. Did he plug the pipe so he could breathe it? Breathe in the opium? No, not. Okay, so someone clogged the pipe while he was eating. Or whatever. Eating opium or just eating. Someone also attacked him. Then dragged him away. Don't know why that isn't there, but there is. I would assume. There we go. Keep it. Yeah, I was like, no, isn't there something? Okay, I guess not. But yeah, it is. Actually,
This disappearance is intriguing. No, I cannot make head nor tail.
can I not
This
take the
disappearance is intriguing. No, I cannot make head nor tail.
well, one key is missing and one key is left.
This disappearance is intriguing. No, I cannot make head nor tail of it.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
New things. Where's the new thing? Oh, here. Okay. Press E. So previous and then. Okay, so that guy and also a wood mannequin guy unlocked the door. see. Like stick or sting in my brain. Unpin evidence, please. Nope. And this one then. F read. Okay. Okay, so what could fit with the explosion of saltpeter or however you pronounce it? Observations, items and documents and testimonies. Okay. And I can't undo that one. In the mid-mind palace tab, select the question you want to answer. Okay, that's like a question to answer by linking to other items. Spoken trick out each category has a different trick. We will not have all the programs on stage. Oh, okay. So I probably shouldn't just just guess. Okay. I do look rather dark, I must say. Like a Magic Mike or Giggle or a very homosexual man. I guess there's nothing more to learn about in here. Let's look around the other places. But I can't take that key and open the gate. I haven't looked around on the other side. I just realized. Okay, good. Plenty of stuff to explore.
If you find my man, I have a marvelous whiskey with your name on it.
I should pin that. Because that's the only one that I can pin. And they said that some evidence will only be shown if they are pinned. Parallel tracks, wheels. All these wheel tracks here, things. Maybe they used them. Oh, definitely. Grass doesn't grow here, often used. And here. Padlock's fallen.
Someone moved a cart to this spot and then took it elsewhere. Can't see it anywhere in the garden.
Expand. Logs near shack are in shambles and some have dropped them. There are similar tracks near Kimiya's shack. A gun cart was usually kept on the rain gun. Let's talk about that. Oh, it's... Can it be this one? And it's broken, so... It'll be weird. Oh wait, no, I can. Yeah. Someone used the cart to transport him. Because he transported food. What transported him? I guess this character means that you don't know what the person looks like. But I have never seen Kimi here either. So, you know, how do I know what Kimi here looks like?
This dreary rain is making a miserable day even worse.
Okay.
This disappearance is intriguing, no? I cannot make head nor tail of it.
Well, yeah, I've gotten all the hidden secrets here. Someone was hiding there for a while because they were kneeling and spitting tobacco. And they also had a spyglass. And someone, maybe the same person, validate us. Just like there's someone plugged the air here. Maybe so that he would be surprised when they attacked him and dragged him out. Then they used the cart here, it was parked here to bring supplies and stuff like that. And they used that to roll him out. Yeah. And then they took the key and opened the door. Validate. Red. Well, so that means that this one doesn't work. But I don't get it. apparently I don't have enough. Oh, and none of those are right. Okay. Validate this one. Oh, because then that messes with other things. Okay, never mind that. Unvalidated. I'm assuming that the red means that it's bad. I hope at least. Okay. This. Stuff. Good donuts you project for hot days or cool fights. Ah, the good old days. Yes. But I shall go with this, continue to go with this one. As it's dreary weather outside. Okay. Okay. This is the cart, but I mean, it is broken and far smaller than that one, so. Okay, so they took the key. Okay. I couldn't see what that was right in it. Because it was well, hard to see. find it weird that he's told to be like that he's a huge man. He doesn't look very huge.
Surveilling from afar, the intruder waited for a window of opportunity. When Kimahir went to sleep, the man crept up to the shack and slipped narcotics down the chimney pipe, then blocked it with a cloth. Kimahir inhaled the sedative and fell into a deep sleep. The intruder tried to move him, but the man was heavier than expected. The intruder fell on the sack and dropped his spyglass. In order to transport the servant, he had to use the cart. The final challenge was opening the garden door. Luckily for our intruder, Kimahir had the key in his shack.
It makes total sense.
Yeah, I know. I'm amazing. Elementary.
You'd best have found something by now, gentlemen.
I found the residue of narcotics in Kimahir's brazier. There are several explanations, perhaps your servant's recreational interest, or an attempt at poisoning.
Cut to the chase, Mr. Holmes.
I fear that someone may have spied upon Kimahir, likely the owner of the spyglass I found earlier. It appears they were watching for some time, as there was an impressive amount of chewing tobacco on the ground.
And your point?
You said that you checked the shack earlier. Did you notice the cart tracks near it? Now, one ought to expect a servant to make regular use of such a thing. Indeed, I would have overlooked the detail were it not for the cart's absence. If, as you say, Kimahir never leaves your estate, then where did it go?
I expect answers from you, Mr. Holmes, not questions.
I won't keep you in suspense any longer, Captain. Kimahir was abducted by the owner of the spyglass. When your servant fell asleep, he slipped a narcotic into Kimahir's brazier to make him sleep even more soundly. In order to carry a man as large as Kimahir, the intruder stole the cart and rolled him right out of your garden.
Now, hold on. All this simply to tell me what I already know? Why haven't you found him yet?
I only arrived a moment ago. It is, frankly, incredible that I have already deduced so much.
Every second you dawdle here, waiting for me to stroke your ego, is another second wasted. I'm not interested in the how, the why, or the who. I am only interested in recovering my investment. Spare me the claptrap, boy, and go and fetch my servant.
Yeah. I said I was playing nice.
The point is, Captain, we're telling you this for a reason. The intruder fled through the garden door, and we need a key to follow his trail.
Well, then you should have led with that. Here you go. I hope you'll return soon with good news. And in the meantime, please teach your companion the art of brevity.
That guy is rich and an asshole. What an unlikely coincidence, an unlikely pairing. Wait, it's not.
Stenwick makes his servant live in a tool shed. You think you know someone.
Yeah, and he totally didn't seem like the guy to do something like that. Like, whoa, scary glyphs. No. I thought that all green glow. I guess I shouldn't just wander around, I should look for a place where they could have moved the cart. They could have gone here. You can jump this game? I hate it when you can't jump in games. Yes. I know that that he was taken, the garden thing. It's got him at that. That's the cart. Grass.
Wheels picked up grass along the way. Kimahia's cart, I gather. A strange substance. I have my suspicions based on the colour and consistency, but would you care to hazard a guess, Doctor?
Roy Soulsby.
Roy Soulsby. Could that be the name of our man?
Well, it's odorless, but from the way it absorbs water, I'd say saltpeter.
Then we're in agreement. Well done. Sturdy rope, professionally tied in a Portuguese bowline. This knot is often used by sailors to create a bosun's chair.
Investigation scene completed. This?
A large pile of horse droppings.
Oh, okay. This?
Many cigarette butts. Someone stood here for hours. There was a cab waiting here. Our abductor slipped in and then off into the night.
Impressive. Professionally done, this was. Cab.
Yes, Denwick is no angel, but he's one of my few clients. Please, try to remain courteous.
I think my eyes are drying out. Also, am I still recording my voice? I assume I can't ask anyone.
Yes, it really not very happy with them. Awesome.
Strange. Why is my hair white? Hello, cat. I'm sure I have black hair. No. Okay. druggist was also in him. I'm the local druggist, I am. Smoking tobacco. Something tells me he wants more than just smoking tobacco. Should I go back to him then and tell him where he went? Is that not enough? Should I catch the killer and get the guy back?
Are you stupid, Mr. Holmes? Stop loitering and go and do your job.
Also, apparently, those different alternatives on the what happened stuff is like it isn't like when you like do the thing that isn't all of those aren't correct. Only one is correct. So I had to figure out which one fitted so to speak with all of them. So, can be over this way since this place is stopped. Oh, also something. Yeah, it's broken, maybe it was it. And also, why did they... The thing is still live. Yeah, also, why did they bother to have voice acting for the people around here, but not actually have them say anything? That's... Oh, yeah. Why is she crying? Okay. I don't care.
I'll stand watch, just in case the strange man comes back.
That's okay, I solved it. It wasn't anything bad. Well, he's not go this way at least, unless he managed to get past him with a car. No, with the cab. That guy is probably somebody. It's not bad.
Impressive stature, strong gaze. I think this man deserves a knighthood.
Really, Holmes? How can you be so sure?
On rare occasions, Watson, it can suffice to trust one's gut.
After Ignatius, Conan okay, and later he was knighted, I guess, because Conan Doyle, Ignatius, I seem to remember hearing about that, or hearing that name, or parts of that name. One thing that I think is strange is that random people feel if that guy's doing something, but like that guy might be selling shoes, but like people are like this guy's just reading outside in rain, and some other people just sitting in the park talking in the rain. I mean, why? I mean, this guy is sitting on the a cover. I don't know what it's called, but not a cat. That guy was, doesn't have a home, so easy to see him, but I think I find it weird for people in nice clothing to just... Fuck. yeah, I guess this is the explosion version. I'm assuming. Or maybe just a burn.
What a grim view.
Yeah. Too bad they don't have one of where they just teleport out of the way. Like other games. Like if you run into them for long enough, then they eventually just teleport. Oh, there is. I don't think that's a quote because it's not completely black. That guy is actually training to intimidate and stab people. Yeah. With that, he didn't try to intimidate or stab or rob us. I thought the cat was dead. I was like, holy shit, what happened? Saint S.E. Pagans Barbershop. Come on down to S.E. Pagans Barbers for premium quality. For a premium quality service. Okay. Or just a premium quality, not a premium quality. This is ye olden times. Really, they can't talk there. Yeah, these people. Why these ones just, especially these people, but just standing in the rain talking. It's weird. I don't get it. Oh, my fresh. Maybe I'm not supposed to try and find where...
Get the strand! Get your copy of the strand here!
Liar. It's empty. A dove. Pigeon. No, pigeon, not dove. We just call it, what you can call bolting doves. Dua. D-U-E. Dua. It goes for both those in the city and those out in the wild and those white peace doves. Peace pigeon. Lots of noises. Salisbury, London, okay. Okay, so it's probably a sailor then. Oh wait, I can... This, okay.
People don't tend to come out for flowers when it rains. Perhaps I should try selling door to door.
Good.
This disappearance is intriguing, no? I cannot make head nor tail of it.
Let me know if there's any way I can make it up to you. Tell you what, tomorrow's edition of The Strand is on me.
Well, that's nice. I knocked down the Strand newspaper just as a sign of dominance. Oh, did it work? Since I got a green one now. Okay, the spyglass. Save it's not. Trying to cap this. Right, no. Okay, I guess spyglass saves not. Deduction. Yes. Oh, okay, damn it. And the footprints of a working man's boots, they all add up to one conclusion. Kimihiya's abductor is a sailor. Where does it lead? So, okay, the green means I have it right, that's why I can't remove it. And blue means that I've selected it. Did say blue is a items, and that means that color means that it's a observation. Okay. All evidence points to We now know that Kimihiya's kidnapper is most likely a sailor that was swallowed by a saltpeter residue and that there was a recent saltpeter accident in the port of London. Everything suggests that to find Kimihiya, we must head to the port of London. There's no time to lose. It is vital that we find a cab to the port of London immediately. Yes.
The Strand proved not so useless after all. The saltpeter accident, Doctor, do you recall?
The port of London, of course. The footwear, the spyglass.
Indeed. We shall need to take a cab there.
But that's for the next one, because I've been recording for 2 hours. So yeah. So I hope you enjoyed. I think it's fun, but I mean it's most fun when I can figure it out. But at least I figured something out. Something out in this game, like what the difference, like the when you're trying to piece together what happened, like the visual things, then only one of the balls around the bigger ball, so to speak, the save icon, only one of those are correct, even though there are 3 or 2. So, and also that in the Mind's Palace when you're trying to piece together clues. Then only, I mean, if it's green, then it means that it's correct. And if it's blue and yellow and other things, just means what color those. Just the color of those different things. So, yeah. But I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you later. Yeah, F10 is the one to turn off, not F1. No, not F9, I mean, that's to turn it on. And F8 is a pause. Bye, guys.